because it's such a common mod, we're going to see if there's a difference between $20 and $120. Yes, it was over 10 years ago that, Martin, you and I started getting some cheapy mods and some expensive mods and seeing which one was better and whether they were worth it. And now all this time later, as more mature gentlemen, we've decided to go back and do it again with our new series, Cash vs. Trash. But now, instead of going just for the cheapy stuff, we're making stuff out of garbage.
We are, if we can find it. If it's in the garbage bin and we can use it, we'll use it. Otherwise, we'll buy the cheapest version of the thing that we can find that will do the job.
That's right. And so that is happening over on the main channel of Mighty Car Mods. We got a massive episode today of the Unicorn Circuit, your weekly dose of car fanking news, conspiracies, stories, mailbag.
A short episode, but also massive.
The same size as always.
Short and massive at the same time, which would mean this episode is basically a chode.
It's a chode episode. Do you remember the time,
It's an episode.
It's an episode. Well done, Martin. Welcome to
an episode of the Unicorn Circuit.
Welcome to another episode of the Unicorn Circuit. Do you remember the time?
That's the level, people. It can only go up from here.
We're going
I know
down.
all 37. Dude, it's grown to 37 people. Is it 38 now?
No,
Dude, we're nearly in the 40s.
Last I looked. Oh, by the way, we have got a sale going on over on the Mighty Car Mods website. I should have been more professional and had this ready for you.
Be professional as possible.
We're giving away free stuff. So every order over $50 gets a free prize. But we have a bunch of awesome things from Ryobi. This is just some of them. We have got over here, this one is the Random Orbital 150mm buffer and polisher.
And this one is a 250mm, so bigger variable speed, random audible, good for polishing on and off waxing jobs like that. Save yourself and your wrist a bit of hurt, people.
These are just some of the prizes, but all of you will get a prize. It'll automatically be added to your cart. So if you go right now, you can pause the video, click on the link below or click on the card and you grab something. You'll see that it'll say mystery gift. You might get air fresheners, you might get cable ties, you might get a limited edition signed item that does not exist anywhere else except as part of this little promo, or you might get some Ryobi stuff. So thank you to them for supplying that. Martin, we got a big show.
Huge.
Lots of news. We got some mail to open. Thanks for joining us. We do love hanging out with you for every episode of the Unicorn Circuit. Martin, let's
especially girthy ones like this. Let's go straight into the news. Let's kick off the news with something that's also like small but significant. This is called, I can't believe this exists, this is called the Microlino. This is half motorbike, half car. Stop it, I know you're excited by this, except it's electric, rain fingers. 90 kilometres an hour, maximum speed, weighs half a tonne.
That's enough.
230 kilometres of range.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I think Microlino is like a European company and they have like a radius of where it gets you to, and it's like it gets you from Italy all the way to Germany.
All right.
And in my head, I'm like, whoa.
So from Sydney to Parramatta.
Yeah, okay. That's not very far. But look at it. You get into it through the front.
Wow.
It looks like one of those old like 50s concept little petrol ones cruising around.
Yep.
But what I think blew my mind, I started to look closer.
Speaking
I'm like,
chodes.
I have seen this before. I swear I've seen this at like scooter parks and stuff like that and people riding around on scooters. They're made by the scooter company that makes those scooters.
As in the Gobbo?
The Globber.
Oh, sorry.
It's called the Gobber? Globber.
The Globber.
The Globber.
The good on the Globber.
Yeah. It's made by that company. It's
really?
Literally a scooter company has just gone, let's make cars. And they actually look pretty cool. And if you needed something just to go up and down to the shops that's like, and these are obviously going to be cheaper than a Tesla or something, then that could be a pretty cool option. So I'm all for it. I think it's pretty cool.
I actually saw something similar. People are trying to now make basically the Leatherman of vehicles. So that it's kind of a bit of a motorbike, it's a bit of a car, it's a bit of a thing.
Easy to park.
Does it do everything or does it do nothing? I saw this week, and we'll try and find a picture of it to put up, I saw a bicycle boat camper. And so this is...
Really?
Yeah. So basically the bicycle boat camper is a bicycle, and on the back of the bicycle is a boat. I'm going to try and find it. Martin, can you tell everyone a story about a boat? any boat at all. Just
A boat.
go while I find this.
When I got my first boat not all that long ago, I bought a Haynes Hunter, a fiberglass boat. It was like, I don't know, 4-point-something meters. Really excited. Had to learn a lot. Had to change the motor. Came with a 2-stroke. Put a mad 4-stroke. Bought a whole other boat to put the motor from that. I actually bought 3 boats in total to make one good boat.
Thank you very much,
Wait,
Marty.
I've got to finish the story.
Oh, good.
So our mate Isaac, who you might have seen in the Honda Civic video recently, if you watched that show on the other channel, his call sign on the radio is actually Hyperchode.
Hyperchode.
I don't know why, he just made it up. But anyway, we were down at Parramatta River, the Nepean. We're like, oh, let's take it out. So we took it out, we got off the ramp, we drove around, and I went, I didn't put the bung in. Anymore, the boat's just gone, ooh, because it happens once to everyone. And I'm just like, you know, the
You're talking about
was
the
busy.
chode plug.
I'm talking about the plug.
Yes.
The plug at the bottom,
Yes.
like the butt end. There's a plug and you screw it in, and if you don't screw it in, your boat fills up with water and eventually it sinks. So luckily, Isaac being the clever fella, he's like, don't worry about it, man, chuck me off, I'll go get the trailer. We backed it down, luckily the ramp was empty by then, backed it down, drained it out for 5 minutes, went back for a day out in the water. So
What a boss.
that's my boat story. Thanks, Isaac.
Well,
saved my ass.
Here's my boat story. This here is a bicycle, boat, and camper.
Dude, that looks awesome.
Yeah, so as you can see on the front of it, this is actually a thing. So you sit at the front of the hull, and you pedal along, and it's got electric assistance.
I actually like that.
And then when you get to the water, the wheels kind of fold out to give you some stability. And then the back of it, you can actually sleep inside and sit inside. When it's a boat, it goes the other direction. So that is actually the front of it. And
does
this
the
goes
front wheel
out.
become your rudder?
I'm not sure exactly how you see, but it's got a little electric propeller in there. And then when you're all done, you can sleep inside that component.
And there's
there.
a solar panel on the roof.
solar
Dude, that
panel.
is one of the coolest vehicles you have shown me in a long time.
And it comes with a plant holder up there, so you can grow your weed. Or whatever it is you're into, because it's into some kind of thing. Anyway, that was not actually my news story. What was my news story?
That's really cool.
The thing is, people are starting to get into going out and about and having adventures. You might have seen on the main channel, we did a little adventure bike build with a CT125 recently. Thank you to the car people that were like willing to sit through motorbike stuff. Motorbikes are fun, they're cool, they're accessible. We're not talking about those though, we're going from motorbikes to the 2023 Mercedes-Benz G-Class. Now the G-Class is that big 4-wheel drive, Lego boxy looking thing.
The G-Wagon.
Yeah, well in Australia the only version we get is the G63 AMG, the big one, but overseas they've got other versions of them.
Aren't they like hundreds of thousands of dollars as well?
$365,000, $900 before on-road costs.
Damn.
There's an indefinite wait time. The books are closed. You just can't have one now. Even if you want one, you got the money, you just can't have one. Mercedes is going like, go and have a chat with your dealer, but basically you can't order one.
Does that mean that some people can? If you've spent $10 million on Mercedes because you just get a new one every year, and then you went to the dealer and said, oi, do you reckon that's how it works? I have no idea.
I think if you only people in the queue are going to get one, and the reason that it takes so long is because they're basically handmade. And the company that hand makes them with Mercedes is actually busy making a bunch of electric stuff, and that's taking off, so they don't have a lot of time. Allegedly, that seems to be what's happening. We say allegedly on the lot. We want to make sure our sources are correct on this episode of the unicorn. So my question is, though, I've never understood this car. I've never understood a big boxy Lego looking thing that's going to cost $400,000. Martin, can you, or can our friends, can you explain to me what it is about this car? I know you get a side pipe and you get a V8, but like...
I heard recently that the actual, like the market value of something. So think of a massive company like Nike. Stay with me on this. Nike, right? One of the biggest things. Everyone's wearing them. You're probably wearing them. I know I have a pair of them somewhere.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, dude.
Look
Nike.
at this, man. People keep telling me I should throw my shoes away because look at this. That's
Why would you throw those away?
They're bold on the back.
They're
There's space for a chode in the back end.
I bet you they're pretty comfy.
They still work. They're comfy.
Apparently,
they don't smell
I can't remember which luxury brand it is. Call it like that Hermes one or Dolce and Gabbana.
Do you mean Hermes?
That one.
And
anyway,
Dolce and Banana?
Those companies, some of those big luxury brand companies, are worth more than Nike now. And they weren't. Like, that's huge, to be bigger than one of the most well-known companies in the entire world. Because, more than ever, whether I don't know what it says about our world at the moment, those luxury things are just desirable. People have the money or aspire to get status symbols. They want experiences, or they just want the best of the best and not prepared to have just the stuff that everyone else has. And so I think this is part of it. Like, if you're going to get the best SUV in the world, and you like Mercedes, you'll get that.
Yeah.
If you want the best SUV in the world that's electric, arguably that's a Tesla Model X, the top of the line one, which is probably similar money if you get the best one.
Yeah.
Like, people just, they have the wealth and they want to do it, and we hear about it, right?
Martin, I reckon that circuit in me is broken. And no offence to you, I love you and adore you, but I reckon yours is broken too. Like, I don't have a thing. Like, look at it, dude.
Yeah.
That's how I present myself to the world.
Yeah, it's a good example.
This is it. I'm wearing, I mean, this is a Mighty Mods hoodie you can check out. I'm proud of that. Underneath, like, that's a t-shirt I got off like Etsy or something.
The Posty bike.
I'm wearing some shorts from Target. You look like shit,
Thanks.
other than your shirt.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
I mean, in a
No,
kind,
I know what you're
and
saying.
like
I know
what
what
I'm saying is you're not,
Yeah.
like you're not doing yourself any favours.
You
and
could
neither
go
am
out
I.
and spend your week's pay and get like the nicest and best shirt that you can buy that's
Yeah.
that kind of jumper, and the best thing, and the best, and the best, and the best. You and I are not those kind of people. Nothing against the people that are, and if you can afford it, good on you and you like it. But I also do not understand those G-Wagons, and I do see them.
I just want utility.
I
Are
see
people
them and I
taking them
go,
off-road? Are they?
Yeah, no, this is the whole thing with those cars. You don't, but you can.
Yeah, I know. But like, you got your fancy Apple Watch, right? And I was like, look at that. That's a bit fancy. They finally, with that adventure one, made them look a bit better. And I was like, Marty got a fancy watch. Next day, you just thrashed it in the engine bay of every
badly.
car you own. Like,
Yeah, badly.
so your thing was not like, I'm wearing it to try and be a boss. I want the utility of it working. Like, you and I, like, how much is the most money you've ever spent on an item of clothing? Not shoes, because they're different. Like on a T-shirt or something.
Oh, I couldn't even tell you in a shirt. $40.
$40? And that was probably that one you're wearing now?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
No, shoot.
I mean, you got a discount because you work there.
And yeah, shoes apparently you get like 700 Ks out of a pair of shoes, and then
Yeah.
they're dead, and mine get thrashed badly.
Anyway, I mean,
Dunno.
look, I don't know what we're talking about. Like, why
No,
do
me
people
neither.
do it? Like, do people do it for the girls? Do you do it for the guys? Do you do it for attention? Like, what's going on?
But some people will aspire their entire life to own a G-Wagon, and they will buy one, and it will make their day and make their life, and they'll keep it forever and love it forever. And that I definitely don't have that circuit of going, I'm going to get I never had a Lambo or Ferrari on a poster. I think I had a DeLorean. Then we drove one, and I was like, no.
Yeah, off the wall.
Yeah.
Did you say that was like biggest, like of all the cars
Don't drive
you've
your
driven?
dream, man.
Don't
not
drive your dream.
Drive your dream. It's like it was worse than an old Volvo. It was just terrible. I know you can make them better. I've seen K-swapped ones.
You're worried that
V8
there's
swapped
some weird
ones,
beards travelling back in time to get you in trouble now, aren't
electric
you?
ones. I know you can make them good, but they're also out of reach too. They just cost so much for a base broken old DeLorean.
Mark 8 Golf R, they've teased a new one. It's called a Golf R 333 or a 333. They've teased it. What's the big deal? Drum roll, please.
I just thought of pickles straight away when you said that. Can't you buy in Australia pickles that are 3.3s?
Yeah.
So it's a Golf 3.3s full of
and
pickles.
you know what?
Full of wieners. Like
And-
weird looking things.
It's the colour of, it's pickle yellow. And so in Australia, we could only get blue, white, or black.
Good.
But this one, it's yellow.
Oh,
You get
why?
black wheels.
Why first
There's
edition Nissan Z,
there's
whatever,
a-
400?
there's
Why?
a bump in power, and your top speed goes up to 270 k's instead of 250.
Dude, in a
you get
fever
an
dream-
aquaphobic exhaust, a little bit more power. And here's the clincher. No one's actually mentioned whether they've changed the steering wheel to buttons,
why
because
would you?
apparently they're changing it back to buttons now.
Why would you do that?
After all of the Mark 8 people, after we beta tested the thing and no one seemed to like it. And the 333, you can't buy them.
Well,
So that was the good bit, man. You can't actually get them.
why?
They've teased them.
Why?
They're going to make them available in Germany, and you can't get them anywhere else. But still, the news outlets
Well,
are running around.
it's definitely off my
I'm going to
list.
finish my news actually,
No, do it.
because then I'm actually done. Because
Do it.
we're going from the Hyundai N Vision 74, that retro-looking space age 80s piece of brilliant-looking machinery. This is that retro hydrogen-powered thing that looks like this, mad little dot matrix LED light things. Apparently, it's going into production.
Cool.
Have a look at this thing.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah, that broke some
Hyundai
internet.
appear to be doing some cool things. The Ioniq 5N drift mode version, electric kind of SUV thing.
we drove one of those things down in Adelaide, and it was like reasonably quick.
It went hard.
It was good.
It was good.
It's equivalent to any other Tesla thing, but considering it's their first one, pretty impressive.
That's all my news. I'm done. What do you got,
I'm just
Martin?
rewinding back one. It's not a big one, but
That's an ugly looking car.
your point of have a look at this. This is the Cadillac Celestiq. On your point of why you buy the best of best, apparently this is what Cadillac, according to Car and Driver, this is a hand-built 600 horsepower EV. Look at the inside, dude.
The inside looks good.
Do you like that?
Well, I can't see it because I'm 45 years old.
That looks like it looks. I mean, you can tell it's based on a Cadillac, but not the good bits.
Okay.
I don't know about that, man. I mean, they're being bold. The back weird thing, like not a wagon, not a sedan, don't quite understand.
Super chody.
Apparently, it's going to be over $300,000 US. So, and apparently the quote is aspirational rather than attainable.
Oh gosh.
Someone in marketing department dreamed that up, and then they drove their G-Wagon
you.
home.
Thank you to PR.
But I attained it, and then they cried into their like,
Why do cars
Bag.
cost so much? Sometimes it's development, sometimes it's parts. In Australia, any car over a certain threshold at 70, 80 grand, I don't know the number, Google it, we pay a luxury car sales tax, which is 33%.
Brutal.
That is a huge amount of money. If you're buying a car for, let's say it was 70 grand, you buy a car for 170, then of that 100 that's extra, $33,000 of that is luxury car sales. Now, new budget has come out, and the projections of luxury car sales tax appears to have gone down, because last year it was the most ever from like luxury car sales. They made like $1 billion.
Jeez. Oh, because everyone buying a Land Cruiser gets hit with it, eh?
Oh, everyone over 70 would have a grand. A Golf.
Not many cars.
Maybe it's here, whatever price. Anyway,
That has not gone up like indexed, has it?
it's the highest it's ever been, so it's record highs. But what's interesting is projecting forward, it's dropped down to like $800 and something million, or what they think it's going to be in the next year or two. So what does that say? Well, a couple of sleuths would probably say, wait on, if it's, let's call it $1.2 billion, but projection it's only going to be $8 billion, but we can see our car sales still going up. What it means is it looks like there might be some easing on the luxury car sales tax in Australia. This is the thing, though, that everyone talks about. I don't want to get too political about it, but everyone's like, if the rich have got money, then they should pay tax. But really, is that enough of a reason? I mean, everyone works hard for their money. I hope they do.
It also creates artificial market weirdness. Like, there's a reason you see so many dual cabs floating around is because people aren't getting taxed as hard for them. It's simple. They look at the end of the year, they get a spreadsheet and go, if I buy a dual cab instead of a station wagon, I'll be, call it $200, $2,000, $20,000 better off. Most people go, okay.
Yeah.
And I can
But
go
that
full
instant
driving.
asset write-off gone.
Oh, right, okay.
So that was, it used to be, I think it was $100,000.
$150.
Have a guess what it is now? 20.
Oh, geez.
So, like, massive difference, people running business.
Whoa.
Anyway, these are local things that don't matter to you because we've got an international audience over there.
We do.
Out there, on the other end of that lens. Martin, what have we got next?
Next we have, is that even legal? It's the best bit, second best, third best, fourth best bit of the show.
The seventh best bit of the Hyperchode. Each week on Is That Even Legal, we look at different laws from around the world that no doubt are credible and entirely accurate. And as such, this week we're going to look at a couple of laws from Australia because Martin and I are both Australian, even though my family is from a little country below the mainland called Tasmania.
And my family from a country that's not even half the size of Tasmania called the Netherlands. Heel goed.
And not
All the
to-
Dutchies just lit up, all two of them.
Not to
What?
diminish an entire culture into one delicious edible snack, but Martin occasionally, when I'm good, he treats me to a
Stroop waffle.
stroop waffle,
Oh, it's so good.
which is
now I want
two
one
pieces
so bad.
of stale.
It's not
bread.
stale. Come on, dude. It's a waffle.
It's two pieces
it's in
of
the name.
not crunchy
Stroop
stuff,
means syrup.
and in the middle is gooey stuff.
Syrup.
And I tell you what, the stroop waffle is one of my favourite treats.
So good. Bit
it's absolutely
cinnamony.
delicious.
Get yourself one.
Oh, is there cinnamon in it?
I think they're
Can't eat
cinnamony.
that.
I don't know.
That's one of the three things I can't eat.
Well, that's a problem.
Damn. I used to really enjoy them. Anyway, so we look at different things from around the world and we assume they're credible because they're on the internet. We thought we could probably be an authority on some and not an authority because we're not legal experts. These are some laws from Australia and I want to know, Martin, whether you think we either go legit or legit.
All right, go.
All right?
Legit or legit? Yeah, let's
Legit,
go.
okay. In Queensland, taxi cabs are required to carry a hay bale in their trunk.
Legit.
It's illegal to wear pink pants on Sunday.
Probably legit. It's Queensland after all.
Okay. In Western Australia, it's an offence to possess 50 kilos of potatoes.
Ooh.
You might need them because
Yeah.
Western Australia is massive. I've been there. Spent a little bit of time out in Kalgoorlie. And maybe if you have 50 kilograms of potatoes, you might be carrying too much weight and get stuck somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm still calling it a shit.
Yep.
Bars are legally required to supply water to patrons.
Yeah, legit.
They're
believe
horses.
so. What?
Required to supply water for our horses.
Got to water your horse.
Oh, that's legit. But at bars, they do have to have water on the thing. Now, you used to have to line up with all the other gronks who are there vomiting and barfing into each other's orifices and then go, hey, can I have a glass of water? And now someone went, you know what, we can actually make more money selling these people alcohol if we just put water on the side and they put a little tap there for us.
Yep.
But I do believe that's a legal thing. We should know, Martin, we did our responsible service of alcohol.
We did.
When we owned our restaurant.
We did.
Mine expired, so I don't know.
Same, actually, the other day.
I remember the question was like, if someone's really drunk, vomiting and offering to give the gobble, what do you say? Would you like another beer? Incorrect. All right, what do we got, Martin?
What do they want to gobble? A burger? Oh, a chicken wing.
A chicken wing. That's
Chicken
what we
wing.
sold.
That's
Damn good
amazing.
chicken wing.
Next up, we have My Crap Car. My Crap Car is the delightful segment of the Unicorn Circuit episode where we look at your crap cars. Now, this one's from Victor in Canada, and this is a Honda Fit. This video he's made is just excellent. So we're going to let it roll, people.
Hang with it, because it goes a little bit longer than normal.
It's just...
I saw something last week. I wanted to check with our friends from Canada's.
Canada, dude.
From the Canadas.
They are our friends.
They are our friends. Do you take a test or do you write a test?
Oh.
Because I
What
know
about sitting a
everyone
test?
always goes, you write a test or you sit a test or you take a test. Because apparently in America, which is basically Canada's Tasmania, where everything's a bit weird, it's true.
You can't say that.
It's the lower part
Every
of the
time
country.
we talk about Canada, you say they're like, kind of like America, but not. But they're like...
Dude, have you ever read a thesaurus? Canada's here, and what do they call it? An atlas? Have you ever seen an atlas? Canada's here and America's here.
So?
Australia's here and Tasmania's here. It's the same. It's the same.
How to annoy everyone on the
I'm
internet.
not annoying them.
Okay, don't worry about it.
Dude,
Just move on.
Tasmania is where I'm from. It's beautiful. I love the place. It's great.
I don't know which of your heads to talk to.
No, but America is the Tasmania of Canada.
Okay.
And
sure,
so what I'm
let's
trying
go
to
with
find out is, everyone always goes about a boot, they always laugh about that, but there's other weird things they say. I'm not talking about the pronunciation of words.
Are you being
things
casually
they
racist
say
about the way they talk?
No, I'm
sure?
asking, are there phrases that you use, both in English, that's not pronunciated differently, it's actually a different word. Like I might say, I'm going to drink a drink. And in Canada they might say, I'm going to scull the skunk. It's the same meaning, but it's a different words.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. What's it got to do with
It's
my
not
crap car?
racist
Can we
to
show
wonder.
the my crap
Is
car?
It's not racist to wonder
Let's have a
about
look at
different
Victor's
cultures.
Honda
It's the
Fit.
opposite.
We'll talk about it while you guys are watching this because we can waste our own time
Hello,
and not the
Victor.
internet.
Enjoy this.
This
It's
is
actually
mad.
a really good video.
My name is Victor, and this is my 2009 Honda Fit. It's my crap car, sort of. It's crap, but it's not crap, and the reason behind this contradicting description requires a little explaining. I live in Toronto, Canada, where safety inspections aren't done annually. They're only required when a car is registered with a new owner. Buying a car without a safety certificate can save you some money, but you run the risk of discovering costly repairs, or worse, rust in unwelcome places, making the car uncertifiable. So of course I went the cheapest possible route and took my chances with this Fit for $1,500 as is. Thankfully, the previous owner had all his service records, he let me inspect the car really thoroughly, and he even brought the Fit in for a safety inspection prior to sale, which, it failed, but it meant I had a list of everything that needed to be done. To pass certification, I had to replace the belt tensioner pulley and the serpentine belt, install a new AC compressor clutch, replace the rear shocks, and polish the headlights. But the work didn't stop there. I decided to make an extra key, replace the coolant, adjust the handbrake, replace the shift boot and armrest, replace the dome light and headlight bulbs for increased visibility at night, and install a locking gas cap because Honda just decided not to include one from the factory, and this was all just in the first month of owning it. In the past year, I had ignition coils die on 2 separate occasions, so I just replaced them all as well as the spark plugs, since getting to them at the back of the engine required removing the entire wiper shroud. Then the AC compressor seized right before summer, voiding all of the work I did to fix it the previous winter. Compressors are expensive, so I went with a $60 serpentine belt to bypass the AC entirely. So now the car has no AC. You can still press the button for fun and pretend if you want. A few months later, I had to do the clutch master and slave cylinders, but I couldn't find the lines for sale anywhere, so I had to use the old ones. Gosh, I hope I never have to deal with it again, because it involved taking apart half the engine bay. And finally, as a lovely 1 year of ownership anniversary gift, the car decided to give me 2 punctured tires. So I had to buy a set of 4 used ones for new rubber all around. Overall, this car has cost me over $2,000 to fix and keep on the road for the past year and a half. The hood is absolutely destroyed from rock chips, and the back wheel wells are in a race with each other to see who can corrode away first. So you're probably thinking, why even bother? Why put that kind of money towards a tiny, crap commuter car that isn't anything exciting? It's because the car's actually not crap, not to me. All the work that's been done getting this car roadworthy and keeping it that way, I got to do all that with my dad. When I was 16, he taught me how to drive on a manual 2003 Honda Accord, and all these years later, I haven't stopped driving standard. Plus, we now have a car we can work on together, and it's okay if I make mistakes because it was so cheap. Oh, and that armrest I mentioned earlier, my grandmother helped me make it, so it's really special. I also started an online certificate program on auto mechanics last year just for fun, and watching Mighty Car Mods videos really sparked the desire in me to have a car I could learn to work on. There's so much to love about the Honda Fit. I love the car's manual transmission, which makes it so much fun to drive and gives it a little bit more pep in its step, and it needs it because 0 to 60 takes about 8 seconds, downhill with a good push from a few friends off the start line. I love detailing it after a long dirty winter and making it shine. We also extracted some nasty stuff from the seats. Thanks for the tip, MCM. I love the practicality. The seats in the back fold down, and it's incredible how much you can fit in such a small car. The seats will even fold up for tall items. I love how I spend next to nothing on gas. I love that it was $1,500 and I can drive it and park it places without having to worry. And so with all that going for it, it doesn't sound like a crap car. But above everything else, this car isn't crap because it's given me the opportunity to share. I've been able to share my passion for cars in videos like this, and I've been able to share the experience and joy I find in driving a car with a manual transmission with my fiance and so many of my friends. Even with COVID-19 going on, we found opportunities to get together when it's safe to do so and just go for a drive and have a good time.
Oh my god.
As you can probably tell, I'm really into this car, and while my heart is still held by my other car, my 2019 Subaru WRX, a car I've dreamed about since childhood, the Fit is still special. It's amazing how a simple, boring commuter car can put smiles on so many people's faces. It's a reminder that it doesn't matter what you drive, and it doesn't matter how crap it is, because it's yours. And if you enjoy driving it, that's more than enough.
So there it is. We hope you enjoyed watching that video from Victor. Thank you very much. Excellent effort that's put into that. If you'd like to send us a video of your crap car, you can send it to the information that 110 episodes later, I can't remember, but they're flashing with expensive graphics down below, and there's a link down below.
Speaking of Canada, you dodged a bullet by not having to listen to him for the last 5 minutes. You got to watch that.
Well, we did continue our conversations. We're still not quite on
Next
the
up,
same
people,
page.
is one of my favourite sections of this show.
What is
Probably
it,
my
Martin?
fourth favourite, maybe the fifth favourite, is tin foil hat. Meow. Allegedly, the junk food industry isn't feeding you to fill you. They want you to be hungry. It's a conspiracy. They're not making
That's
food.
not a conspiracy.
They're not making food. Well, it is a little bit. Just roll with me, dude. It's tinfoil hat cat. So you see all that food laid out at the servo. You got your Mad MX-5 or your RX-7 or some other random cool car, maybe a Supra, maybe you got a Skyline, maybe you got an STI, maybe you got some sick Dodge Charger thing, maybe you got an old Falcon, maybe you got a Commodore, maybe you got a Hunt,
Dodge Charger SRT.
Hunter Hillsman, whatever it's called. And you roll into the servo after you're filling that sweet thing up, or you got a Tesla and you got to wait half an hour and it's zapping its juice in there, and you go into the local thing and you're like, you walk up to pay, and then just like your entire vision is shite food.
Yes.
Food with
not a conspiracy.
high energy content but low nutrition.
True.
And they're a different thing, and you crave that high energy content because not that long ago, man, we were chasing pumas. We were hungry, we wanted to eat that puma. We wanted to munch that, just get the and eat it, and we had to run and work for it, and that puma might feed you for a week. You guys probably know all this. I know this is like pretty common, but it got me thinking about it because I started reading up, and I sort of found there was actually like proper studies. Now, there was also a couple of like conspiracy websites. Steer away from them, but I'm going to give you a few points from both.
Can I quickly summarise before you get there? There used to be a cost in getting your calories, because you had to expend.
Yes.
It was caloric expenditure.
Yep.
And now you can sit there and go, hey Siri, Uber eat me some slop, and so on. It's doing it. And then someone will bring it to your door, and you haven't had to expend anything to get
And
it.
you can what? I'm not going to judge people on what they want to eat. It's your own decision, and that's all your own kind of thing. You got to be healthy,
Let's get to
etc.
the conspiracies.
So now, oh, one of your points is exactly that. So let's look at a few examples. Milk. It's in lots of all through. Think about your local servo. That's what I
Milk's
want to
weird,
manage
man.
you. Milk's
Milk
all
freaks me
through it.
out.
So there's all sorts of different milks, all filled with sugar. Yes, you can buy plain milk, but most people are going in and getting that like milky coffee thing or the milky chocolate thing. Example number one, sugary foods or stuff that's only made from flour. If its main ingredient is flour, really cheap to make and produce. There's also an argument that the content of the wheat that makes the flour, the actual nutrients are going down as they modify them and make them sort of so they can get a bigger crop. The actual, the good stuff in it is going down. Huh? A bigger crop.
You're bigger what when you eat it?
Bigger crop.
Oh, okay. Martin, you're diving deep today, mate. You're like the mole
it's cheap.
of
It's cheap to
conspiracies.
sell. And like I said, I'm no doctor. I'm no expert. But I just got me
You're
thinking
not
about
a
it
doctor.
because I just walked into a server the other day. What got me thinking about this? And I thought, and then I started looking it up when we were trying to think about conspiracy stuff. And I'm like, is it a conspiracy that they're just trying to sell you and it's actually your choice? But it's everywhere. Do you know that thing about going around the outside of the supermarket? I don't know how it works in your country, but if you can generally shop
It's
around the
called
outside.
rimming. You meant to go around the rim of the store and not in the centre.
I'm pretty sure it's not called rimming. I'm almost certain it's not called rimming.
Dude.
Supermarket circulation, maybe. A circle shop. Circle shop. Which when you all go there together and you're...
I
The
have no
outside of
idea
the
what you're talking about.
supermarket
The point is, when you go
generally
to,
has
you're
the
meant to
fresh-
go rimming in the supermarket. So
You're not
basically, when you
supposed
go in the front, you're meant to spend all of your time on the outside because that's where all the fresh foods are, and in the middle, that's where all the nasty chocolate stuff is. Stay around the outside. That's a fact. Humans are a donut, man. We actually are. It's like you think we're a meat donut, a tube like this, and in the hole is a mouth and a butthole. We're a donut, mate, an elongated donut hole meat, man, or person. And rim around the outside.
This is not
It's
going
true.
anywhere near where I expected it to go.
This is a real
You
fact.
eat whatever you want.
When you go to the supermarket, around the outside is the good stuff.
Oh,
around
not
the
always.
centre stuff, not as good. But they're
Depends
putting
where
the
you're
milk
from.
up the back, which is liquid they squeezed out of a beast's tit to make you drink. I drink it as well, but it's just weird. And I particularly think it's weird when they cook steaks in cheese and milk because you're getting the liquid from the creature when it was alive and then using that to cook the creature when it's dead. That's like a scenario from a horror film.
Oh,
man.
that's like my thing with chicken and eggs in the same pan or the same
Yeah,
meal.
exactly. It's weird. You lay its egg and then you kill it and then
and
you
then
chop
you
it up.
put it in its
you
own
crack
egg.
the egg on it and then cook it. It's
God, when you
messed
think
up,
about
man.
this stuff, man, this gets real
you
bad.
think about it too
Anyway,
much.
the idea is, do think about it. That's all. Maybe someone's trying to sell you something rather than look after you. Maybe they want your money more than they want you to be alive for a long time. That's what you got to think about sometimes. Smart
I
choice.
would
I'm
suggest that
still
was
for
a public
treats, but-
service announcement. Good
Yeah,
job.
sure.
The occasional treat, though, I don't mind smashing a bounty every now and then.
Dude, I had the
And
best
I've just
treat.
got to pump straight through the middle to get that.
Speaking of sugar and all the bad things I just spoke about, wheat, sugar. Dude, have you had a Paris breast?
No.
Next unicorn, man. I'm getting this Paris breasts.
Is it chocolate?
Dude, it is one of the best treats you will ever have.
Is it chocolate?
Next episode? No, it's better. Nah, dude, it's better. Paris breast next time. Just
Oh, it's it must be a
don't worry about it. We've got to move on. We've got to move on to something
that the
way
end,
more
Martin?
highbrow. No, we've got to do fanking.
Oh, we've got Fanking. All right, great. Fanking is the delightful art of recontextualising a product's name by taking a photo of it down near your crotch. We've
in the
got a
name.
Fanking group now
in the
because the
name.
Fanking page, I mean, it's still there, but the Fanking group is the way that
talk about
Zuckerberg
this.
wants his chode to be chodolated. Here we go, number one. Oh, these aren't going very big, Martin.
That's all right, I can see it.
But that's, I can't see it. It
says grab it.
It says grab it. There you go. You guys are good, man.
Yeah, I got them fixed.
That there, I'm going to open this up. Look at this.
Oh, look at that.
Tasty balls.
Oh.
Now that's interesting because it says they're baked, delicious, tasty balls. What is it?
Coconut and marshmallow.
How can you read
Coloured
that, dude?
chocolate with cream filling.
That actually sounds
You know
pretty
that's
good.
gonna be good.
I want some of them.
Speaking of stuff you buy at a servo, it's probably not that good for you.
That actually does
Allegedly.
look delicious. Martin, it's a Succum robot. Now the reason that one is interesting is because we were talking about actually, no, let's not even go there. Don't worry about
Can
that.
you get it on the outside of the supermarket?
No,
when you're
that
in the
one's
supermarket,
definitely-
can you get a
that one's
sucking
definitely in the
robot?
middle. You know, you were telling me about the Bluetooth,
No,
the Bluetooth thing, the VR goggle on the Bluetooth.
that. It wasn't me, actually. That was not me. We both heard that story from someone else.
Oh, did we? I thought that was you. Friend squatters. There you go. More than just friends. Martin, over here, we've got nut ass. That's with drizzle and salt. Well done. It's funny, the proliferation also
Is it funny?
of muesli bars that say the word protein on them because there's been a thing for a long time that everyone needs protein. They're 1.5 grams per kilo of body weight or 2 grams. It turns out that protein, actually I'm not even going to go. Let's just talk about it another time.
Nutrition.
I'm
The
not even
unicorn
gonna go there.
nutrition.
That's right. I'm not reading that one out.
No,
All right, now this one's Fank of the Week runner-up. Drum roll, there it is. Martin, this, because it's a car part, this is a dick ring. And I thought, like, I don't know what that actually does, but it's a Volkswagen Audi part.
Say it.
And what
Say it.
what is a dick ring?
Say it.
I am.
No, say it.
Oh, is that how you say it?
No, say it. Say it.
Yes. I didn't know how you pronounced that.
Dude,
Yeah, I can see it. It's S-E-A-T. I don't know how
no,
to pronounce
say it.
Yep, dick ring.
No,
Okay, stop it.
it says in the photo, say it. Look, it's got the brand right there.
Yeah, I already said it.
Oh.
Last one, drum roll, please. This is an arse drill, which I think is clever because I don't think we've seen that one yet. You, sir, congratulations, win absolutely nothing. Is that the end of the show,
Dude,
Martin?
no, we got mailbag.
Oh,
we're
we got mailbag.
not going hard with all that eating things. We're going to cut it because we said it would be a chody episode. Just like really good.
I
and
like, Martin, how you're
big.
pretending that we're just trying to make it efficient. We've got nothing to eat because
So
no one
hungry.
sent us
Because I
anything.
didn't bring my Paris breasts.
So
I'm
if
gonna
you,
bring my Paris breast next
send
time.
something to the Unicorn Circuit, PO Box 475, Sydney Markets, New South Wales 212 now, 2129. We're pretending we're trying to rush through the show. We just have nothing.
I'm not pretending.
We
Dude,
have
I gotta
nothing
go.
more.
I gotta go. That car that no one's seen yet.
And for
I want
mailbag,
to go on. With
for
that.
mailbag we have this.
This is
The
awesome.
show's getting light on, man, isn't it?
No, it's excellent.
But there's
people
about
have
to
less
be a
time,
bumper
man.
crop.
They got
All
a
right.
lot of shorts and TikToks and Instagram reels to watch.
Did you know we've got shorts and in stock
We do.
Instagrams?
Yeah, we do.
And
Some of
the
them are pretty
TikTok.
freaking funny too.
Some of them are pretty good.
this.
Anyway, all right, this is mailbag. Each week on mailbag, we used to get sent things and we'd open them. This week, we have this. Now, this here has a photo of the new king on it.
does
Now, the new king, is that our king?
Wow.
Apparently he's our
That's
king. We're
Charlie.
in Australia, and Charlie's, Charlie, old mate, is a friend of England's, and Australia is a friend of
Interestingly,
England's.
this is actually
And,
from Scotland.
no, you tell your story then.
This is from Scotland.
Is it?
Yeah.
Who's old mate then?
That's the same old
No,
mate.
is he the old mate of Scotland as well?
Oh, that's controversial.
Is Scotland's old mate
I think
the
they're
same
keen to
guy
be
as
a
our old mate?
republic.
I think Australia wanted to be a republic as well. Anyway, on the weekend, a week or so ago, he got his coronation.
Yes.
And the newspaper that I normally enjoy having a read of on the weekend and not being on the news during the week was just full of photos of people in costumes playing dress-ups.
I must have watched the wrong
doing
thing.
the rituals of the royal things.
I think I watched the wrong thing.
My interest level was low. This here is from L. Wallace. Where's he from? Scotland.
Scotland.
Scotland. Martin's going to do a Scottish accent for you all quickly.
Ah.
Well done. This is from L. Wallace.
Got me
He's
coronation.
from Scrotum,
Got my
Scottish.
coronation.
He's from Scrotum,
Dude,
Scottish.
a coronation sounds terrible. What's that?
he's from-
Is that like a coronation?
He's from Aberdeenshire.
What a legend.
In Scotland.
Can you open it?
I'm trying. Anyway, what do you know about Scotland, Martin? Is Scotland
I
where
know
they
I've
eat the
been there.
haggis?
I know I've been to Edinburgh, and I know
Have
it's
we?
awesome. Yeah, I've been to Edinburgh.
No,
you
have
haven't?
I?
No, you haven't.
Haven't I?
And as soon as I got off I think I got a train there. As soon as I got off, I saw a K11 Micra, and I high-fived the guy in the air, and I had a chop sticker on it. I thought that was pretty cool. It was
All
a long
right.
way from home.
Here we go, Martin. I'm very excited. What have we got here? We've got a handwritten note, which I like. Lee
And a
Wallace.
recycled envelope. He's recycled another.
Here's what he says. He's got a little something. Dear Moog and Marty, hi guys. Here's a couple of stickers for Marty's new nugget of a Peugeot. My mate Dave Patterson has one on his super quick hill climb 106.
Sick.
So I thought they'd be perfect on the 206. I'm currently mid-build on a 1974 Vauxhall Viva HC Z-Door with a 4.6 V8 Range Rover engine.
Sick.
That sounds pretty cool.
That's cool.
My channel, although rather empty, is the original Wallace. The Instagram is Vox4D Turbo if you want to have a gander. Love it. Keep it up. P.S. My workshop is covered in MCM and Skid Factory stuff.
Sick.
Still need to frame the March Super Turbo poster, but I bought it from you years ago. Oops. Don't be oops about it. Those posters that you probably bought for like 30 or 40 bucks are now selling on eBay for like $300. So good return on your investment. Thank you very much. Martin, are you going to stick it on your post, bro?
Yeah, absolutely.
And in fact, there's a battle imminent because we've
is.
just done the intake.
Track
Exhaust
day
is
booked,
coming up.
people. Track
the
day
track
booked.
day is booked, and Marty will have his French tat sticker on his car.
It's a cock.
Is
It's
it?
a cock. Like, look, it is. It's clearly a cock.
It is. Everyone, that's the Unicorn Circuit.
You call them roosters. No. What do they call them? Roosters?
chicken.
Cocks? Cockerels. Cockerels. Is that what a rooster is? I don't know.
Thank you for hanging out to watch this episode.
If he was really wide and not very tall, he'd be a chody cock.
That's true.
He would.
Yep.
We're going to get demonetised or banned, aren't we?
If he had ears, a tails, and some legs, he'd be a cocker spaniel, wouldn't he?
Why?
Well, you just said it's a cock. And so if it was a dog, it would be a cocker spaniel. Wouldn't be a bull terrier, would it? You know what I mean?
No.
Do you know what I'm saying?
No, but
Yeah.
it can be
If he was made out of plastic,
a bull terrier can
and
be a
in the
thing.
shape of a wedge, and lived underneath a wheel to stop things rolling away, he'd be a chock.
Did this
Wouldn't he?
just click the little X, people?
And
click the just
If
close.
he was at the servo station
God.
and he just filled up his car with a whole lot of petrol, when he went inside, he'd avoid the chips and the soft drink, and he'd be chowing down on cocklet. Wouldn't he, Martin? Wouldn't he?
I think I need to go and look at some yellow cars so I can vomit up.
And if he was
You know
on
what I
that TV show, Star Wars, he'd be Captain Cock. Is that his name?
No, that's Captain Kirk, dude, and that's Star
sorry.
Trek.
Is that,
Yes.
Is that different?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it different, dude? You've managed to offend every single person watching this. Every Scottish person, everyone who likes Star Trek, which is not many people. Oh, wait, I offended them. Everyone that owns a Cadillac or a Tesla or a whatever car, or your Mercedes G-Wagon. I've offended people who like Dolce and Gabbana. Like, I've just...
If he
No one's
likes
watching anymore
riding
anyway.
bicycles and he was servicing it and he had to lube up his chain, he probably should also adjust his cocket.
Are you just
See?
Are you just taking words off other words and then making it sound like it's a cock, like a cockatoo, like a cockerel?
Yes. Yeah.
How come a cockatoo's not a cock, but a cockerel is a cock, and they both actually have longer names, but one got called a cock and one got called a cockatoo?
I don't know.
Especially
mate.
when one's got two cocks.
Which one?
Cockatoo.
Does it?
It's in the name, dude.
Oh, wow. Well, that's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
That's really good. Martin, remember the time we took the intake out of your Peugeot and it looked like a bomb?
Yeah.
And it had water in it as
Yeah.
well? Why did they do that? I'm really hungry. Can we go?
I'm so
Are we
hungry.
done?
Paris Brest. No, Paris Brest next time we do Unicorn Circuit.
Are we finished?
Yeah.
We're very professional. And our mums are very proud of us.
Having a very good time though, people. Stay tuned. I'm gonna go. We've got to do that car, the thing with the thing, and burp, and then burp, that. We'll do that.
Please don't go and buy a V6 Ute today.
I really badly want to buy V6
Can
Ute
I-
or an
can I-
NCX5
can I just-
or a
just-
Renault Megane.
No,
Clio.
don't. Stop it, Martin.
My shortlist, dude,
I
is
want to show you.
varied.
I want to show you what
My
Martin
shortlist.
sent me today.
Let me show you my shortlist.
And then
It's so good.
I want to show you what Martin
my
sent me.
shortlist is awesome. Saved cars,
Martin, I'm embarrassed to even show this.
dude.
This is what Martin. You don't zoom, don't whatever. He sent me this blue Ute with a for sale link.
Yep.
That was 1 hour ago. My exact response: no, 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 no.
Let's do it for real. What about that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You
that's
just said
cool.
no.
What do you mean?
About,
That's not a Ute. That's
what about
French.
that?
Bleh.
What about that?
Yeah.
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 Look
no,
at
it
that.
says, oh, you inquired or dude, you've already messaged.
No, you have to. You have
You've
to.
already messaged
To
the
find-
person.
no, because it's a dealer,
You're
you have-
asking me and you've already done it.
Yeah, because as a dealer, you have to message
No,
to find out
it
where it
says
is.
inquired.
So you don't know where it is. The rest will tell you the suburb.
Dude,
Dealer
you don't
will
need
not.
to do that.
Look
Click
at
on the
that,
bottom, it'll
though.
give you a...
Look at that one.
That one's been sold.
That's gone, I know.
That's the best thing there.
I know, but it's
Anyway,
gone. Or there's that, but old,
Dude,
man.
please don't get a Mini
That's
Countryman.
old.
Don't
Look at
do
that.
that.
That's
We've
old.
got a Mini here.
What about that? What about that?
What's that?
That's cheap.
black, 2007.
It's pretty yuck, but...
Oh, no,
that's
that's...
Look
it's
at
got a
that.
tan
Oh, no, we
interior.
bought that. We bought that.
We actually bought
That's
that.
so
Tan
good.
interior and green.
Love that.
Does anyone like tan interior on green cars? Is that you that's
Green
into
over
that?
tan with a Rolex, isn't that the whole thing? Green over tan.
All right, speaking of chodes, see you everyone. Bye.
Bye.